please be advised there are spoilers ahead related to the property being watched and or discussed. Hello. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. If it's your first time here, welcome. This is Ashamoji TV. My name is Asha. This is where I like to watch, react, and share my 2 cents about a couple of properties related to sci-fi and fantasy. In today's video, I'm very excited to share with you my condensed reaction to episode 1 from the 2nd season of Fringe. I am finished with season 1. Well, not completely, but enough to move on to season 2, right? To get that pass, which I haven't pressed play on at the moment that I'm recording this. I'm on my way to pressing play on that episode, and then of course you'll be seeing the condensed reaction here on YouTube. So before I share that reaction with you, let me give you a summary about episode 11 from the 2nd season, the episode that apparently isn't all that relevant to the bigger picture, but I found it to be quite fun to watch. That episode is titled Unearthed, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 Ashamojis. I would say that the main things that I took from it were, number 1, more insight about Walter and his opinions related to faith and science and the metaphysical aspects or concepts or theories revolving around those subject matters. I really enjoyed that. And if you've watched my reactions to previous episodes of Fringe, I have uttered, I can't remember it right now at the moment, forgive me, the episode where he does bring out a Bible and he is kind of making references to the Bible. And I remember uttering out loud that, was he religious back in the day? And so in that episode, there was more to it that was expressed about his opinion related to religion and science and faith and the afterlife and death and consciousness and all that stuff. I love those kinds of subjects. On a personal level, I can relate to them because it does match up with some philosophy of thought that I do study on the side. Okay, so that was the first thing. Second, I like that there were some teasing about Peter and Olivia, especially from the character of Lisa, who teased at the end of that episode, this whole thing about turning 18 and Olivia better make a move before she comes in and scoops up Peter for herself. And now, although I have no clue if they are going to go into a romantic direction with Peter and Olivia, so far it seems as if that's the case. So seeing that in that episode was really fun. And the last thing I enjoyed was the story. It was very engaging. So this is where some of you might be surprised what I'm going to say and some of you might not be. I'm aware that there's some people who've taken issue in the comment section here on YouTube specifically about the comparison that I had made at the beginning parts of my reactions to the series of this show being a hybrid of Supernatural and X-Files. I completely understand some of you with those objections, and I've tried to clarify wherever I could about that particular presumption. But the point I'm trying to get at is that this episode, number 11, Unearthed, in my opinion, is like the perfect mashup of Supernatural and X-Files. Because the whole concept of a spirit/consciousness, right? Jumping in from body to body in terms of possession and how it's explained in more scientific terms, to me, is a classic example of those 2 series kind of coming together if you are familiar with those 2 series. So if somebody were to ask me, is Fringe really a hybrid? I'd say maybe not, since the majority of you don't think it is, but that particular episode would be an example if you wanted to look into it for yourself. So that's all I have to say about that episode. It was very engaging, like I said. I really enjoyed it, and the ending had quite a cool twist. And although I definitely agree that it really does not lend to the bigger picture with the whole narrative of the pattern and William Bell and Massive Dynamic, it's quite obvious in that episode, I do recommend it if you wanted to analyze the characters themselves a little further, specifically Walter. In any case, that's all I have to say about that episode. So without further ado, here is my reaction to episode 1 from the 2nd season. Oh, okay, well, not starting from where we left off, but we started out with a bang. Literally. still in the alternate world? Manhattan. Like, I'm thinking, are we gonna go in between Earths? Well, that's one way to get in. It's annoying for the person who gets the buzz, though. Hey. Oh, I know this guy. Luke Goss. Or it could be his twin. I know he's a twin in real life. I'm not sure. But he's dead anyway, so. Hello, goodbye. Dude's crunching his face. Into a Neanderthal? What is happening? Okay. And feed him data of some kind from this guy? It's feeding its... Is that X-Files? David Duchovny? Oh! Even better! I want one of those. For at least 24 hours. Nice. Shape-shifting device kind of thing.
What the hell happened to the drivers?
Hey, you got the case.
So who's our man? Who was driving this vehicle?
Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle's in this? Okay, yeah, she was an actress. I forgot about that. Oh my god, people. This is not good for me. I don't like her.
Walter, I want to leave this place, and I don't need you to make me a cake. Not
So
making you
where's
a cake,
Olivia?
making you custard. It's my specialty. I don't like custard. In
I don't
fact,
like custard
never
either.
liked custard.
It's gross.
As a boy, you loved it. You've just forgotten. Friday is your birthday. You deserve something wonderful.
Yes. I forget Peter's not really his fat Earth son.
I want to see her face when she eats my pudding.
That's disturbing.
Peter Bishop.
What? How bad is she?
We don't know.
Excuse me?
How do you not know?
Can you just explain exactly what you do? You're
Wait,
some
this-
sort of special consultant.
Where's Charlie?
I'm sorry, Charlie who?
Is that Olivia's car?
Yeah, I believe he's en route from Quantico. I'm the agent in charge.
Agent in charge. Where is Olivia Dunn?
This is report that after the crash, a man was seen leaving the car on foot, but no one saw anyone leave the SUV.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I got that completely wrong in episode 20.
You, Agent Dunn, and your father. I checked with the field office. He said that all of your work is
Classified. And that you don't have access. I don't have time for this.
It's not that I don't
I
appreciate
can't
texting.
stand this woman. She's like not my new Harris,
Right,
people.
as soon as you can find me an
Sorry
agent
to
who
say
can
it.
actually help me.
What did he do? She dead?
Female, unconscious, dislocated right hip.
Alright, unconscious.
BP is jumping 180 over 20 pupils and non-reactive. Coding.
Prep her stat.
Walter, he has that face, right? That face, I know something that I won't share till the end of the episode.
Special Agent Burroughs, we need to talk about what happened at the crime scene. What's happening, Junior Agent? It's all right here on the report. A random traffic accident involving the federal agent. No extenuating circumstances, case closed.
Okay.
But this girl.
Sign the report, Agent. That's an order.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it is Luke Goss. Alright. I wasn't sure.
afraid your friend's injuries were too severe.
Come on.
We're unable to restore any brain function. Patients who suffer this kind of head trauma simply don't regain consciousness.
Simple,
Okay.
productive, third.
Bring her to the lab.
Bridget Dunlop's not dead. She's not dead. Walter, she's not.
All right,
Walter.
I trust Walter will figure something out.
Wait, stop. You can't go back there.
Please, back off.
All right. The question is, what is he going to figure out? And at what point in the episode? My guess is towards the end.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Walter knows more than he's leading on with.
Mind if I join?
Sure. It'd be nice to see him buzzed. You probably won't drink, right?
I'm guessing you don't drink.
Yeah.
Double.
Oh! All right, nice.
My father is off in La La Land. Mixed himself up a really nice cocktail of Valium, Haldol, Seconal, and I think lorazepam.
Yikes.
Astrid is babysitting.
Oh, double yikes. Poor Astrid.
The efficacy of the division is being questioned. I've been informed that our failure to deliver any usable results is unacceptable.
They're shutting you down?
Oh, they're probably gonna send in someone else to replace Harris, presiding over them and watching them.
You'd sit around and wait for somebody to die some grisly, macabre death, or for the entire fabric of the universe to come shredding apart. We were the cleanup crew, sent in to mop it up and make sure it was all neat and tidy for the file.
It's a good summary.
That's not entirely true.
We were too late for Olivia.
To Agent Dunham.
Agent Dunham.
Cheers to that. To her waking up in the nick of time at the end of the episode. Yeah, she's gonna be poking her nose where she shouldn't. So who gave her that access number? Did I miss that? How she got that? No, she knows all about Fringe. The Fringe division. Oh my god. I forgot about the sister. Oopsies. Hi, Rachel.
A few hours ago. I was at a friend's house, you know, I didn't want her to remember her aunt like this. She had a living will. No life support. You know she liked you, Peter. Did you know that?
Oh. In what way? Elaborate. Are they gonna have him kiss her? Kind of like, you know, dramatic thing. What?
Can you tell me your name?
It's Olivia Dunham.
A lot sooner than I expected, but I'm happy to see it.
Is Peter here? I need to see his here. I went somewhere.
William Bell.
I was trying to get somewhere and someone was trying to stop me, but I went there anyway and... Oh God, what is happening?
Mr. Bishop, please. She needs to stay calm.
You told me something. I don't know, I can't remember, but...
Oh, she's amnesia.
Who told you to do what?
I don't know, but there's something that I have have to do it. I think that our lives may depend on it.
Whose lives?
Everybody's?
That beta
Yeah.
blocker, get her pulse down.
Peter, I need to go. Please, I'm not safe. Somebody hurt me. They did this to me. Please, Peter, my God.
Well, she's definitely gonna have to go through a psyche eval before going back to work.
You said you were going to help me get my hands on that file.
It's on the seat behind you.
What?
Something wasn't adding up about those skid marks. They were darkest in the back, not the front.
So maximum torque farthest away from the incident. That means the driver wasn't slowing down.
He was speeding up.
He must have been waiting.
So they deliberately hit her?
All right, now it's your turn. What's the Fringe division? What do you people do?
Nothing. Not anymore.
Alright, so her character is the audience, tuning into season 2 for the first time. That's how I'm gonna look at her.
Body. Look at his lividity. This guy was driving a car in New York. It wasn't yesterday.
I need to get a ride for
So
someone.
that wasn't his true face. Will he have a true face?
To accommodate rapid fluid loss. It's a virus that obviously doesn't affect birds or people, at least not quickly. Agent, I need this body taken back to my lab.
Hey, lunatic, this body's going to the morgue.
Hey, my guy!
Is he crazy?
I haven't seen him in a while.
Who's the agent in charge here?
I am. Take it wherever he wants.
Lovely. Why are you doing this?
Following the case.
It doesn't pay to bluff a bluffer, Agent Jessup. You know, a lot of people would be scared by this. Most, actually.
What can I do you for?
I'm looking for a Electric 251.
Doesn't exist. They never made one. It's 245 straight to 255.
I'm still gonna need the 251.
Ah. You one of them?
What does that mean? Okay, well, that guy's in the know.
Straight back. Last door. Hey, you tell him I'm not waiting around forever.
For what?
Not anymore.
A key to a room to type stuff. Oh! To send a message. Quest extraction. Is it what I think it is? Like a mirror communication? Literally displayed? This is awesome. Interrogate target. Oh, shit. He's gonna go after Olivia. That's pretty cool how they showed that, if I understood that correctly.
Oh, hello. Again. I need 4 Bunsen burners, 8 metal bowls, yea big, and a freezer.
The bowls need to be sterilized?
It's not for the autopsy. It's for the custard for Peter's birthday.
Walt, will you forget about the custard?
I refuse.
Hi, Jean. They need to give Jean a friend.
You didn't have to come all this way.
You're not all right.
Charlie, I'm fine.
I want to see Broyles talk to her. I don't mind Charlie, of course. I'm just saying.
Now, if you're like me, you got a gun underneath your pillow. Peter called me.
And she remembers. I hope it's not going to be too bad or too painful of her memory.
Is the half and half boiling?
Yeah, just about.
Mix the eggs, sugar, and salt in a separate bowl. Please.
They need to pay her overtime for that stuff.
What are you thinking?
It's funny. I
Love how he's
love
eating
custard,
Twizzlers.
but I hate flan.
Oh, his hands are in a human
Which
body.
could be an issue of somatics.
Are there any theories about how this man died?
No. The water explosion, though dramatic and messy, seems to be a symptom of some other process. But I stumbled upon something that did the unthinkable. Look inside the mouth.
Oh, that gadget left those holes.
Look at the soft palate. What do you see?
There are 3 markings. Indents like stab wounds. What are they? And what do you mean you stumbled across something that does the unthinkable?
It made me remember something.
An experiment?
This is an experiment that Belly and I did.
Of course.
Is this gonna make her head explode or something?
In a sense, yes, but not physically. We're trying to augment her 5th, 6th, and 7th chakras.
Throat, third eye, and crown.
That is correct, Asterix.
Thank you.
Astrid.
Really? He still doesn't know her name, Brel.
You wanted her to see God.
What was it? The man with the machine. The three nails. The 3 nails go in the mouth.
There.
He's from a place that looks like this, but it's not here.
Wow.
He's from another universe, man. Oh, yes, in the mouth. And then he changes. That's how they change. They're like shapeshifters. That's how they hide.
Shapeshifters, yeah.
They can look like any of us.
So even back then, she tuned into that. So it's old tech in that Earth.
They can look like any of us.
So who's to say how many shifters there could be in terms of characters? Oh my gosh, people, my wheels are spinning.
The old X designation and your fringe investigations have been indulgences in the federal budget for over half a century. Well, the salad days are over, Mr. Broyles.
Colonel,
Excuse me?
or special agent, as you prefer, Senator.
Colonel Broyles.
Set him right.
Yes, Senator, I have a job. The same job I have had in 3 administrations and 6 wars to defend our national security. And I assure you, we are not secure. When the threat is unimaginable, that is when we are at the door. And you should thank God for that.
Drop mic.
Philip, without something usable, something to support the human and fiscal cost. I'm sorry.
So they're gonna shut it down and they'll have to work in the shadows kind of thing? Right? Illegally?
Well, I don't have to tell you how important it is that Fringe Division not be shut down.
I'm not the one who needs convincing.
We've tried. I'm afraid that this one's out of our hands. Do what you always used to do, Philip. Save the day.
He's like, no emotion. Yeah, his face is still very telling in some way, too. Oh my gosh, I love this guy.
Where's the body that triggered the alert? The one that has the 3 holes in its mouth?
It's right over there.
Thank you. Do you remember the girl from the video? She said he was a soldier. My father was a soldier. They do one thing, life or death.
They stay on mission. These killings weren't random.
Which means this man, this thing, whatever it is, it's still trying to accomplish its goal.
Olivia.
Like the literal Terminator. Who's it gonna try to impersonate now? Her? Well, that's the best way to get hospital access.
Scared me to death.
He has that effect.
Looking better?
Zippity zoo!
I'm starting to feel a little bit more like me.
So, how's your memory?
Still all just fragments. I remember going to New York, I remember driving, but I can't seem to see anything past that.
That's good, right? Maybe he'll leave her alone?
I was on my way somewhere to meet with someone, and I guess someone hit my car. But it's as if I went somewhere and talked to someone, and then came back to the accident.
Do you remember who you were going to meet with?
No. Almost.
They can't take that chance of her remembering.
What?
Right?
Go on.
I can't,
Try.
Oh, maybe they want the info she got.
Something's hidden.
Yes. Where?
I can't.
Where is it hidden?
I can't remember.
It's really all you know then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit. Alright, Olivia. Some of your instincts kick in. Will it make a difference? Oh gosh.
Don't fight it, it's over.
Meghan Markle to the rescue!
Bridge. Suspect is now white female, black hair, scrubs, gray sweater. She's jumped down to the loading dock. She's heading into the basement.
Superhuman abilities. Watch out, watch out. Oh, I don't want him to get Charlie. I mean, would bullets even hurt this thing? Let's find out.
Charlie, hey, you okay? Yeah, good.
Does that imply he did it to Charlie? There wouldn't have been enough time, though. It was too quick. But now I'm suspicious.
So who was she?
Walter thinks that she was a shape-changing soldier from another universe. He thinks that might be where you went.
She thought I knew where something was hidden.
No matter what happened to you, and no matter where you went, Walter will figure it out. Olivia, I need to ask you something.
Sure.
What she was saying when she woke up.
Latin.
Greek. My mother used to say that to me every night before I went to bed.
There really isn't a point where things just can't get weirder, is there?
It means be a better man than your father.
Straight up, huh?
Walter was already gone. It was like a code between my mother and me. I mean, keep your people close. Take care of the people you care about. It's good to see
such a good match, people. I hope something comes of it. I usually don't like romantic relationships too much in shows like this, but I want these two together.
Agent Broyles.
Mr. Bishop.
At the bar. You said they needed to see results.
Yeah.
Walter says this tech isn't from here.
The gadgets, yes.
And if they can fix it, they can have an army who can look like anyone they want them to. You tell them you can get this tech and they can have it, but they are not shutting us down.
Do you want them to have that tech?
We're done reacting. We're not going to be too late anymore.
Well, desperate times, right?
You surprised me, Mr. Bishop.
Thanks.
That's a compliment. Alright, so she's gonna categorize everything for me, the viewer. Well, I don't mind her being useful in that way. That's fine. I'll tolerate her character for that purpose alone.
Happy birthday, Peter! Like custard.
Happy birthday, Peter.
Yes, eat the custard you hate. Gotta retrain those reflexes. Like riding a bike. What's that? Oh, Charlie. Alright, the way they ominously ended this part here. It's not Charlie anymore, is it? Yeah. That seemed way too quick, though. It's probably the editing, but... Oh, shoot. So Charlie's a goner now. I mean, the actor gets to play a different character, but still, Charlie's gone. Damn. Okay. Whew. A lot of layers to this episode, but it's not surprising. I mean, it is a season opener, so I shouldn't be too surprised by that, but it is, still a lot. A lot for me to process. Alright, well, you know the drill. Picking out a scene, coming back to you with some of my 2 cents worth. So, if Fringe is a roller coaster, season 1 is going up, right? So as you're going, you're feeling the anxiety, the tension. And episode 1 is right when you're at the top and you're almost dreading the fall, right? For me, that's what it feels like at this point in time. And I don't know if that fall is going to be episode 2, 3, 4, 5, or, halfway through, or at the end of the season. So I'm anticipating that thrill ride. Okay, so I was torn between 2 scenes. The first scene I was thinking about was the one where they are watching the video from back in the day when they were experimenting with that young woman who gave details about the shapeshifter and the gadgets and stuff, right? But I settled on instead the scene where the shapeshifter is communicating with the alternate Earth through the mirror. Visually, spectacular. Narratively, very impressive. And considering that it was a key to that room and that guy knows all about it, the one who owns the little joint there, I'm wondering if there are extra rooms then he has keys that does different things related to that alternate Earth. So when it comes to my stew, my pot, right? I think that scene is a great addition to understanding what possibly is going on the other side. That they not only want to get rid of Olivia, but they want to find out what she found, what she was told, likely from William Bell. Granted, right, from in episode 20, that is pertinent to the war, it seems. So at this point in time, I'm now a bit confused as to how many groups are we talking about here? Because we have ZFT on their, I'm going to say Earth 1. So when I say Earth 1, okay, I'm referring to like the main story, and Earth 2 is the alternate universe, okay? So Earth 1, we've got ZFT and their group, you know, which was run by Dr. Jones there, Mr. Jones, excuse me, and he's gone now. And they were trying to get over to that other side and get to William Bell and, I guess, murder him, get rid of him, right? And now we have the other side who's been coming to Earth 1, trying to do all kinds of stuff. Because it takes me back, of course, to episode 4, where you had the guy with the cap on his head who had all that interesting tech, right? That blaster gun. So it's from that part of the Earth. And because that footage, excuse me, I'm going all over the place, but because that footage of the woman they were experimenting with in this episode, that footage was so old, I uttered out loud, okay, then the tech that the shapeshifter have is old tech. Because that was such a long time ago that she could see that kind of detail. And so it's safe to presume that that particular Earth is way ahead in science and technology. Okay, so getting back to my point now. So we have the ZFT group on Earth 1. Then we have this extra group that I'm presuming is not ZFT. I think they're a completely different group that have their own agenda against, either against Massive Dynamic or against ZFT. Or maybe with ZFT, still against Massive Dynamic and William Bell. And then I have to keep in mind the alternate possibility of, you know, these characters, right? 'Cause, again, so many layers. I have to keep in mind there's likely an alternate Olivia. I mean, come on, people, that's a bit obvious, so don't think that's a big spoiler. Nobody spoiled it, I'm just saying. I would be shocked if we don't see an alternate version of everybody, okay? Except for Peter, because we know that one is gone. Unless they introduce a third Earth. Okay, so yeah, you know, there's an alternate version of William Bell that I'm presuming now possibly was the one that wrote that stuff in the manifesto. I haven't forgotten that. And the original one was found eventually at the end of episode 20, but he got distracted with being, with going with the Observer. So I hope they come back to that, because that will have more details for Walter, right? And so I'm theorizing William Bell probably, the alternate William Bell probably wrote that manifesto. But Earth 1 William Bell, I guess I'll have to wait and see. Is he the one that spoke with Olivia? Did he cross over and he took over that part of Earth? And then his alternate person, where is he? Where's that William Bell? Right? So these are questions I'm asking, and it's not for you to answer. I'm just saying, that's what's out there, so you know my train of thought as I'm watching these episodes. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it at that, because I might confuse myself unnecessarily. What else is new? Aside from the fact that Meghan Markle is not a welcomed addition for me personally, aside from that, I'm going to focus on what I think they're using this character as, and she's more or less like the window of the viewer, right? We see her cataloging what's been going on with Fringe. I kind of said out loud as well, you know, instead of having a previously on season 1 of Fringe, you know, we have her being the one that Peter is speaking to and giving details about. So if I was a new viewer tuning into Fringe for the first time, I would get a decent recap in a more organic way as to what's going on. And she's playing her part as needed and to get things moving along. She's a plot forwarder, more or less. And I'm fine with that, and I'm just gonna try my best to look at it that way. But in the back of my mind, she's a Harris character that I hope is temporary. Okay, so Ashamoji. 5. I'm not gonna ding it just because of Madame Markle. That's not fair. Because overall, it's a great story. I mean, the beginning alone, realizing that Olivia disappeared into the alternate reality at that time in episode 20 when it looked as if she almost got into an accident. And then the way she came back, you know, it was just fantastic. And now Charlie, oh my gosh, Charlie, I'm sorry. I almost forgot to even just at least acknowledge this character, who now it seems has died in this series. And now we're going to have shapeshifter Charlie fooling people. Who's going to catch on? I think it's going to be Olivia. Only because they have that bond and they know each other quite well. So he might do something or say something that she'll pick up on. Now, when he takes on the form, he or she, because I don't know, or it, right? Because, anyways, I don't know what the true form of the shapeshifter is. But when it takes on a form, does it take on the memories of that person? Or is it just the physicality? Well, I guess I'll be yet to see that. Alrighty, so there you have it. That is my reaction to episode 1 of the second season of Fringe. I'm very excited to read your spoiler-free comments and your thoughts and opinions about this season opener. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this video though. And if you want access to my full reaction, uncut, unfiltered, with extra tidbits in between scenes that I share with my club members, details about that is in the description box below, as well as details on how you can support this channel if you're not interested in being a club member, but you do want to help me grow here on YouTube. I'd really appreciate your support. So in the meantime, until my reaction to episode 2, peace out, people. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.